Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends, fans come together, BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss musical artists. I'm your host, Jason. With me is Tim
That would be me.
and Bill.
So I have momentary lapses all the time.
And we're discussing Pink Floyd. This was a Bill pick. The last Bill pick, if you would. Sadly. But we'll talk about that later. A momentary lapse of reason. If you've been following along, you know our rankings, you know where we're sitting. We're just coming off the final cut.
Which Bill is all about.
Number one.
Damn right.
But a complete shift change here.
Y'all go ahead. I don't
Yes.
need to go first on this one. My first
Well,
listen
I mean,
through.
I'd go first unless you want to, Bill. But
No, take it away, Tim.
okay. I mean, yeah. No Roger Waters. Roger Waters is out of the band. They finally had enough of his shit after the final cut. Rick Wright is fully instated as a real member of the band again. Again, we mentioned it going all the way back to the wall that Roger kind of put Rick on a session player status slash salary. But then, going all the way back to metal, like everybody knows, David Gilmour and Rick Wright, that there's some magic there. So I'm really happy to see Rick Wright become a full member of the band again. So yeah, Signs of Life. It's kind of a calm intro to the album that takes us into Learning to Fly, which was the single. Um, as an old man, I remember when I first started watching MTV in the 80s. Learning to Fly was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was a every hour on the hour kind of video. Um, and it's still a banger. Like I got no problem with Learning to Fly. Like it's great. And then that's gonna take us to the Dogs of War, which I mean, Jesus Christ, Nick Mason is going to town on this song. This is the best Nick has sounded since, oh God, well, pre Dark Side of the Moon. We'll just leave it at that. Um, it's got that old school Pink Floyd feel, but it also very much feels like the 80s. It's got this strong 80s production. Um, and then I really like how the Dogs War transitions into One Slip. I think One Slip is pretty funky. It's pretty up tempo. It's like surprisingly good. I like One Slip. And that takes us to On the Turning Away, which is classic David Gilmour. Um, Another great song. And that takes us to yet another movie. And it has enough 80s production where you can like, I go back, I hear this song in 2025, and I hear where Nine Inch Nails is coming from.
Oh, God. We are going to be on opposite ends of the spectrum here.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, no, like this song, like I go back to like Pretty Hate Machine, and yeah, they're getting a lot from this. Um, a lot of good transitions in that song. I like that one. Round and Round is kind of an outro to it, and then that leads us, I guess, what's into the B side, which is the New Machine Part One, which is just a vocals theme setup where like yeah, I mean, technically it's beautiful, but it is just kind of a vocal thing. But that takes this into Terminal Frost, which I don't know, in 2025 I hear Terminal Frost and I think danger zone. I think the 80s is very strong on this one. Could have been a Miami Vice bumper or something.
Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah, super 80s. And that takes us into the New Machine Part 2, which is another vocal kind of wraparound. And that's going to take us into the final track, which is Sorrow, which is probably the best song on the album. Um, I like the 80s production, and I like the direction they're going post Roger. It's a great song. Um, yeah, it's definitely another turn in the discography, but I like what they're doing here.
I'm on the opposite side of the fence. There's so
Okay.
many outside writers on this record. Like the final
Yeah,
cut feels like more of a Pink Floyd record than this.
interesting. See, and okay, so because I feel like this, they're trying to go back to that "Wish You Were Here" Dark
Yeah, but
Side.
they don't fucking pull it off though. Like,
Well, yeah, that's debatable, but they
uh,
are definitely trying for it.
my notes say, didn't Led Zeppelin already convert a houseboat into a studio? Fucking posers.
And so did Pete Townsend.
Signs of Life. So what you want? Say what you want about an opening track of Final Cut, but it didn't take 45 seconds of nothing before something happened. This was boring and pointless, and not even written by the band. This is less Pink Floyd than the Final Cut by far. Yeah, no signs of life here. Learning to Fly. I remember Tim saying he would give the Final Cut this. It didn't sound like an 80s record. Well, Learning to Fly is the fucking 80s. It's still a decent song, though. I still take Tom Petty's Learning to Fly over any day, but I mean, I remember this song. Dogs of War. The first half of this song was boring musically as anything on the Final Cut, but with less lyrics, and we're not as good. When Gilmore finally comes in and the effects and backing vocals were just too fucking distracting, not a fan. One Slip. This was so 1980s sounding. It was kind of good. Not good like classic Pink Floyd, but good as like any other pop song from the 80s. And you get the album name drop. And those 80 drums. Those 80s drums, I feel like I'm watching Tom Hanks in Big.
Oh,
On the Turning Away, my God, I haven't heard this song in like 30 years. I forgot it existed. This one brought back so many fucking memories. It gets points for that. And for the drums. And they do some cool shit here and there. Yeah. Yet another movie. This is soft pop rock in the vein of Genesis or Phil Collins or some shit. It's bland. It's boring.
Bruce Hornsby in the Range,
Just,
which we'll get into maybe on the next album a little bit
So
more. But
wait until we get to Division Bell.
yeah, yeah.
round and round just kind of fucking happened. Whatever. A New Machine. Speaking of Phil Collins, let's hope part 2 does something interesting. Terminal Frost, I'm just picturing a 1980s movie night street walking montage going on. Really not looking forward to that last Pink Floyd instrumental album, just saying. But I get what you're saying. This could have been on any 1980s background soundtrack movie. Like they nail it. I'll give them that. A New Machine Part 2. So much for that hope, I guess. Sorrow, after the first 2 minutes of bullshit, Sorrow gets good. Not great. Not even in the conversation of best closers. Just okay. I did not like this at all overall. This was a hard record to rank, honestly.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'll go over my notes, kind of a quick note aside, because we mentioned Roger Waters' departure. Obviously,
You
Roger
can
had been doing
feel it.
majority of the songwriting. After was it Umaguma when they decided that Roger would do most of the
Yeah,
songwriting?
I mean,
Like,
really,
I
it was
mean,
after Sid left
well,
that
but
Roger and
they
David
did the
were always kind of
turns.
fighting for the lead.
Yeah, but saying because it wasn't yeah, it was Umaguma where they each got a side, right?
Right.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, but so it was like okay, kind of like everyone auditioned. It's like oh, like this Roger's side was
And
actually
both
pretty
Roger and
good.
David both had a song that was
Yep,
like, okay, maybe.
yep. Um, and but say I'm just bringing that up because Jason, you mentioned the various writers that they also had on this
A
album that
lot of
weren't in
outside
the band,
riders.
and I feel like at times I feel like on this album they were kind of lost from a band standpoint of like what do we want to do? What direction we want to go? Like we were doing this, we've been a band now for almost 20 years. Like what do we want to do? Well, we had Tim brought it up. Wish you were here. Yes, this absolutely sounds like they were trying to get to that wish you were here sound, which again makes sense because right, wrong, or indifferent. Hey, Roger's been there for
Hard to argue
forever.
against Wish You Were Here.
Yep. Like, all right, now we're trying to do something off of it.
Yeah.
Notes starting with the beginning on Sign of Life. I had some straw. I like the strings. Just kind of instrumental led into Learning to Fly. I kind of agree with Jason. It's kind of weird it took so long to build, but I feel like it's still built steadily well. Learning to Fly, it's a classic. Um, Probably not top 10 Pink Floyd singles you're going to think of when you think of Pink Floyd. However, if you ask someone to just list out Pink Floyd songs, Learning to Fly will eventually hit the piece of paper. Um,
Well, and like Jason said too, it is so 80s
yes.
that you could almost like, yeah, top 10 Pink Floyd, maybe not. Top 10 80s singles, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you had
Top
all the
20.
metal and everything coming out in the 80s and Ramones coming out. Like, there was a lot coming out in the 80s,
Well, I
though.
mean, but those
Yeah, I
Ramones
know
weren't
weren't on
what
the
you're
considered
weren't
saying,
having
though.
singles
singles.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the 80s. Oh, man, I miss the 80s.
yeah. But I mean, like, it's a solid song nonetheless. I mean, someone, if you hear it playing, oh, that's Pink Floyd, like, easily
Right.
recognizable.
Yeah.
Dogs of War, I actually thought it cool. I wrote down cello because that's the instrument that came to mind. I could be wrong on that, though, with the beginning string instrument. Um, but it built slowly. But then once it built, I really enjoyed the beat and the vibe that it was giving off as a song. Um, yeah, I just really love that. One slip, jackpot sound at the beginning immediately got my attention. Again, really enjoyed the song, start to finish. The turning away was quieter. I expected something like a bagpipe or something to start playing at any point in it, like just kind of giving like kind of felt like almost like a Highland type feel with the sound, which is like, all right, that would be cool if it didn't happen, which I think my expectation made me kind of miss it. But at the same time, Pink Floyd as a band just perpetuated like, hey, you're not going to hear what you're expecting to hear. Like it's not going to get to that point. We're going to do something different just to mess with you, which they've done fantastically throughout this entire discography. On for yet another movie that reminds me of kind of like a slower, like opening to a Western type film. Or some sort of movie that like is beginning sequence. Like it's something that's keeping me interested. It's not something I maybe take as a standalone song. However, it's a very interesting musical piece for myself. Round and Round is just a short, say Tim mentioned, short closing instrumental. New Machine was a quick hitter. I'm not sure about the vocal effects.
It's
Um,
awful. It's awful vocal effects.
I wouldn't say
It's
awful.
awful.
up for debate.
It's 80s AOR for sure.
Right. It sounds like shit. The vocals sound like shit.
Yeah, I mean, it is shit, but they do it well.
The lyrics are shit.
Terminal Frost is a long building song, and I really enjoyed the climax of it. And then we get to New Machine Part 2. I know that it was creative vocals, but not great. Um, the closing was Sorrow. My exact notes were all right closer. For Pink Floyd, though, it's nothing special, but it's better than a lot of other bands closers have
Yeah.
in their
Yeah, I mean,
discographies.
sure. Nickelback
I mean, for a
exists.
Pink Floyd closer, you're right, Jason. Doesn't contend with any of
Yeah,
their
it's
best
not even in the
closers.
conversation.
No, but it is still a fine closer to this album.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It sums it up pretty well.
So, like, I
We're going to
say
be
for me,
all over the place on this one.
yeah. So, I mean, I will say for me, I mean, as evidenced by me ranking Final Cut so high, I mean, since Sid left, for me, Roger kind of was the special sauce for Pink Floyd for me in a lot of ways. Like him
Well, and
interacting
that's the
with Rick Wright
beauty
and
of
David
Pink Floyd,
Gilmour,
right?
like
Yeah,
like
you're on the
it's
Roger camp, and like, the more David Gilmour blossoms, the more I'm into it. So
yep. And I mean, I think it might be one of those cases though, right? Like when we did Sabbath discography, like yeah, they're fine, without Geezer, or yeah, it's fine, without Ozzy,
right,
but it's like
yeah,
it's something magical when you get everything back together.
Yeah,
Magical when you have everyone together. Like, okay, let's say they got rid of Roger and say Sid hopped in.
I
Okay,
mean, there's so many
like,
bands. Even Blink 182,
that'd be
like,
another story. Yeah,
you got Mark and Tom with Blink 182. Tom leaves and they get mad, and it's like, it's fine, but, it's listenable, but is it really Blink? Is this really Pink Floyd? Like, you gotta have
I
that.
mean,
You gotta have
and,
that.
and,
All of them.
and I definitely would say this is definitely still Pink Floyd. There is no question about that. But
Well,
is it magical Pink Floyd?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, the final, as much shit as the final cut took, that felt more Pink Floyd to me than this. Because that still felt like a record grounded in the 70s, whereas this feels like Pink Floyd on the Weekend at Bernie's soundtrack. Like it could have been on any 80s. It was very 80s. This is a very 80s
I mean,
record.
this is where we've talked about it a little bit with like it didn't so much happen with Black Sabbath, but like a band that influences something. That band influences one band, then get counters influenced by that band. And I think that shows up for Pink Floyd, especially in the next album. Like you start to see glimpses of it here, I would contend, but like the next album is what's like, oh shit, this is happening, and I'm here for it.
And
Others would
I'm not
definitely
saying
not
like
be.
when they pull off the 80s, like the singles on this record. I mean, when I heard, oh, I can't even think of the name of it. It's already slipped my mind again. On the Turning
Learning to
Away,
fly.
on the Turning Away. I forgot that song existed, but as soon as it started, I was like, holy shit!
I remember
I'm
this.
8
Yeah,
years old again. Like I remember this song every goddamn where. It was the 80s. They defined the 80s
Mm-hmm.
in some weird way. That doesn't make it good though. I don't know. I think we're going to be highly divided. I think we're going to have a lot of momentary lapses here
And reasons.
and reasons.
Who has the dot, anyways?
Oh God, I don't. Please don't let it be me.
I feel like I had the final cut, didn't I?
God damn it.
feels like you did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I did
remember.
have I did have the final cut.
Yeah, he had his fucking easy pick because we would have never guessed that. I can't see anybody having this past fucking metal, right? It's not better than metal.
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
let's go with it. Okay, oh, yeah.
No.
Tim's got fucking Sid in the wall, so it ain't better than that. So I'm sitting it here.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm gonna say that's too high.
Listen, that's too high. That's
Yeah,
above
yeah, yeah.
Adam
No, no.
Hart.
I'm
I can't see Tim.
I'm putting it together in
I'm
my
gonna
head
remind
here.
everybody how much I love Adam Hart Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That was just a. I have to take them in chunks. Okay, so you like Adam Martin Mother.
I might, you know, I mean,
That's
you're
still
you're getting
Sid.
closer. I'd probably still go lower.
Umaguma, though? You gonna take Umaguma over it?
That would be, it depends on the day. So let's put it right here. Let's put it right here.
Okay, we're not that far off then.
Because maybe some days I do take Umaguma over this.
Fucking Wild Bill. Let me just shoot for the stars. Is it better than the final cut?
No.
No, I already said
God,
it
no.
was better than metal.
Yeah, it's definitely not better than metal.
Okay, let me break that off here. It's not better than goddamn Wish You Were Here. You're gonna get just slapping
No.
your own video.
No. God, no.
Okay, I gotta ask.
That's
It's
okay.
not better than that and that. We're back down to the Umaguma situation here. That's weird. Y'all got that motherfucker in the same spot too. Right there. You don't like Umaguma better than this.
You know, I think I do.
All right, right there. It's still gonna sit. You know it's in Umaguma territory.
Yeah, we can leave it right there.
I struggle with this one personally.
Is it
I
better
could see
than
it.
Umaguma?
That's where I was struggling. I was struggling with that. I'm really torn where to place this one. On one hand, I could take Learning to Fly and On the Turning Away with nostalgia, and I'll give him one slip. On the other hand, all the outside writers, no Roger Waters, and the rest of this album I never want to hear again. It's down there in Umaguma territory. Where did I land on it? I have it above Umaguma.
Okay.
Only because of the singles. And
Sure.
one slip.
Okay.
But you do not have it above more.
Fuck no, dude. Moore's got some rippers on it.
Moore's got some rippers on
I'm just
it.
asking.
Says the person who has it in last place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'd take Moore over it. I mean, Moore's go to tell all, but
Yes, it will. And we only got
Yes.
2 more to go, so stick around for that.
we got Division Bell and the
Endless River.
Endless Rumor, yes. Thank you guys for watching all these Pink Floyd videos. We got some hot takes. Hot takes.
Yes.
But let us know what your favorite Pink Floyd record is.
Tell us what you think of Momentary Lapse
Yeah.
in Reason.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do we have it too low? Does it need to be up
It's
there?
definitely a turn.
It's a turn. It is. They're gonna take another turn with the next one too, though.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Or maybe they just unscrew it a little bit further. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just refined the turn that they straighten up the turn they were already into.
Yeah, I remember the division bell, and I didn't like it in '94, whenever it was,
Yeah, it
but
was everywhere. I
it
do
was
remember that.
everywhere. My dad got it. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Fuck you, Dad! I'm listening to Green Day."
Right, right.
But
Ash.
Well, I
sticky.
mean,
That's right.
stick around. We'll get to the division bell next.
It'll be a good one.
I might have a
Yes, it
hot
will.
take.
I think Bill's gonna have a hot take on that motherfucker. I think he's gonna put it above the fucking. I think it might break the Sid wall for him. We'll
You
see
never
though.
know.
We'll see. Stick around for that. We're an
Yeah.
unscripted show, so we have no idea each other's picks or ranks or anything. We just kind of make it up as we go. Help us out. Like and subscribe. Leave us a comment down below. Really helps us out. As always, be safe. And what, Bill and Tim?
Shine
Listen
on,
to
you
Tim.
crazy diamonds.
Oh,
That surprisingly worked.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again. Yo,
Be
come
safe.
back now. You hear?